Welcome to Top 5 Auto Advice. The function of crankshaft position sensor. The sensor informs the ECU of the crankshaft position. Because the piston's position is fixed in relation to the crankshaft's position, the ECU knows where the piston is inside the bore because it knows where the crankshaft is. And knowing this allows it to initiate fuel injection or spark ignition events at the appropriate time. Crankshaft position sensors have 3 wires. 2 wires with variable reluctance. Although they operate in slightly different ways, they both rely on basic electromagnetism principles. To read a ferromagnetic trigger wheel, 1 or more teeth on the trigger wheel will be missing. And whenever a missing tooth comes into contact with the sensor, it will alter the signal that the sensor sends to the ECU. Now consider the missing tooth's position in relation to the sensor. It is going to be locked to a specific crankshaft position. The ECU is capable of detecting changes exactly where the crank is at that moment in time. The ECU is now set to the total number of teeth on the trigger wheel. And by knowing the total number of teeth and how frequently the ECU can calculate engine speed or RPM when a missing tooth passes in front of the sensor. To read the trigger wheel, the crankshaft position sensor must be very close to it. Furthermore, the trigger wheel must be mounted on something that rotates at the same rate as a crankshaft. And it's usually either the crankshaft pulley or the timing belt, the timing gear where the timing belt or timing chain attaches, or the flywheel. So, your crankshaft position sensor will be found in one of these 3 places. If the sensor completely fails, the engine will not start, or it will start but stall after a brief run. If the failure is incomplete, you may experience jerky or uneven acceleration, misfiring engine, rough running, poor idle, poor mileage, and so on.